Hello, and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Podcast, YouTube edition. I'm a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human. I am going to be diving into the definition of a parent. But first, I really have to dive into something that's very important and vital because I keep hearing some of the most idiotic, stupid, ignorant, sexist things from men. And I've heard about this stuff for years and years, so many years, about women aren't strong, women are supposed to be submissive, women can't be leaders, and I'm just, no, ill. Or women are so emotional, all they would do is start wars, and all, it keeps going, etc., etc. But if we weren't strong, how come our bodies are able to give birth? How come our bodies are able to handle even our monthly cycles? Yes, gentlemen, I said monthly cycles. So it's like, how come our bodies are able to produce the food for the baby once it's born? Like, we have so many responsibilities, so many things to do, and it's sometimes so painful. Sometimes you have to have so much patience, and women are known for having more patience. We are, it's like multitasking and so many other things that a lot of men cannot handle. And so I wrote some things to get ready for this episode because some of the things I've heard from men is just sexist, disgusting, despicable, immature, just plain stupid. So, okay. Pregnancy. That is a superpower that we have that is, we don't get enough credit for. And yeah, we celebrate Mother's Day, but also Father's Day. But yeah, it's like when it comes to the power of being able to give birth and everything that it takes for that, yeah, And I know I'm not a parent yet, and I want to be a parent. I've wanted to be a parent for so long, but for my podcast listeners, yeah, it's like I'm almost in the 90s when it comes to podcast episodes. You guys, if you guys have listened to my episodes about Mr. Lakaki and Mr. No Heart, you know, you know. I am so happy I don't have kids with them because Mr. Lakaki couldn't even stop conceiving or consuming his special candy for, I can't even say 6 months. Try 2 or 3 months. Try a month. Because I know sometimes he just hit it really well. It's like he's been eating up that special candy for so long. He knew how to fake it, play it off, and things like that. And Mr. No Heart, yeah, he kept calling his two daughters mistakes. At least 8 times he told me they were mistakes. Why would I want to have children with a man who just called their children mistakes? So, yeah, when it comes to that, no, I'm good. So, I'm going to talk about pregnancy and a deep dive, or not really a deep dive, but a deep summary of things that women aren't appreciated enough about with it, all the things that come with it, and what our bodies do to prepare for it. Yeah, I'm talking about the cycle, but here we go. With pregnancy, we have things with our bodies, and like even the changes of self-esteem, mental health, how men and others see our bodies, and how they may change and from the loss of teeth to weight gain or stretch marks or loose skin, or maybe our chest or backsides may not look the same, how our feet might grow a shoe size or half shoe size. I know many women who've been through, if not one, majority of these things, especially the tooth. Ooh, losing teeth. I kept hearing women talk about, oh, they had to go to the dentist, and the dentist had to pull some teeth out. I'm like, what? Hold up, what? Oh yeah, the baby just, if you don't have enough of this vitamin or this one, it's like the baby has to get it from somewhere. Yeah, I remember looking up online. I'm like, okay, which vitamins do I need, or which gummies, or whatever do I need to take to make sure? Yeah, I don't have that issue. I don't. No. Nope. So, and but then sometimes I know women who have lost their teeth because of childbirth. I know of men who've mocked them, teased them, blamed them, and I'm just like, okay. Okay, like if you could have a baby, I wonder, because like the back pain and all of the stuff, like men have no idea. And I've even had men like, well, at least you won't have a cycle for 9 months. Excuse me, excuse. Okay, what about morning sickness? And then you have the food cravings and there's so many things men don't think about, or they think about but then they mock, ridicule, or play. See, like I said, I can do a full episode on just the side effects, probably a full series. But then, don't forget postpartum depression after the child is born. A lot of men expect women to snap back to normal, or they want to blame the woman for being emotional, drained, or go through depression. No, 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 no. You have, the estrogen is coming and going, and your mental state, they have no idea. Like, what kind of like what a woman's going through. That's a lot. And so during the pregnancy, the pain for some can last over 24 hours. I just heard a woman talk about it. 3 days she was in labor. 3 days she was in labor. It's like I've heard people wait in line for a day or two for an iPhone. But 3 days, like, yeah, no, no, that's never gonna be me for the iPhone or for no. I mean, okay, you never know. It's like 'cause I don't know. Maybe the baby was just like, I think I want to get out of here, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's so cozy, but I'm not sure. It's like I want to see what she looks like. I'm curious. I want to hear her voice from the outside. It's like you never know. So you don't know the health issues or if the cord might have been like, you just never know. And so, but yeah, it's like some women are in labor for over 24 hours. And so some men they don't think about how that can drain a woman. And it's like some don't think about her mental health and what she might be going through. And especially it's like I think it's amusing how some women tell me about, oh, the guy's just telling me, okay, breathe, okay, just calm down, just do. And it's like, hold up, what? You're telling me to calm down? You're telling me to calm down? Like, what? Do you realize what I'm going through? You have no idea what I'm going through, so be quiet. And it's like, just breathe, boy, boy, bye. You tell, yeah, you're trying to remind me to breathe. Okay, okay. And so I don't know, it's just sometimes when I hear the stories about when women give birth and like all of the awful things men have tried, like, because yes, I know about the classes where the man helps the woman breathe, but a lot of those times Yeah, they didn't go to that. They didn't, like, the man is just literally telling her to breathe. They're not doing any, like, or they might have gone on, like, YouTube or social media to get a quick clip, like, oh, okay. It's like, like, no, that's about it. They didn't actually go to the class to learn. So, but okay, back to my list. It's like, people who are pro-life amaze me, because be pro-life for your body. It's like, because that's, it's like, if you guys are Republican or strictly pro-life, yeah, you won't like me, because that's their body. It's like your body, your choice. You should decide what you do with your body. And I'm going to explain more of that later on. But because, especially now that we've lost that right federally, it's like some women have health issues, and or sometimes they find out the baby's not going to make it, or the dangers and everything from it. And like I said, a lot of people don't realize what women go through. And that's even for some women. Some women don't understand what other women are going through. They don't understand the hardships because some women have easy pregnancies. Some women, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, that was nothing. Okay, I'll have another. Or that was a piece of cake. Some women don't go through that. And for some women, they have a rainbow baby because of the past, and because some of their babies they never got to meet, and their babies are already in heaven, or depending on which religion you believe in or they believe in. And so sometimes I just feel like, if you're going to take a right away, do all of your research before you do it. So, but I'm going to get more into that in a few minutes. But, okay. Some jobs don't want to hire women who have not had kids yet because of maternity leave. I'm going to have examples about job interviews where they keep asking about, oh, you don't have kids? Why don't you have kids? Do you plan on having kids? You're not married? Why aren't you married? When do you plan on getting married? And they forget, especially since a lot of the times these are business positions, that I have not only a bachelor's, or at least my minor, one of my minors, yes, I double minors, is in business, but then I also have my MBA. So that means with HR, I've learned that some of these questions that they're asking are illegal. They're not supposed to keep asking questions like that, because that's hinting to me that you don't want to hire me because, yeah, I'm going to probably have kids, and then I'm going to need to leave work for maternity leave. And, or like, if my symptoms are really bad with morning sickness and things like that, I might need to leave early or come in late sometimes. They don't want to hear that. They don't want that. That's taking away from their profits. Welcome to capitalism in America. They don't care. But yeah, I, whoa, first I need a drink of water, dang. But when it comes to job interviews, I have so many times where I get asked about why I walk the way I walk, or, wow, you speak so proper, where are you from? No, where are you really from? Or that I don't have children. They want, oh, especially when they see my birth date. Oh, yeah, they have questions about that one. So, yeah, men have no idea. They don't get those questions because, yeah, they don't have to be They won't have to go through the morning sickness and also the loss of teeth and the stretch marks and the side effects throughout the pregnancy and going to the job, the 9 to 5 or whatever position they have, dealing with the back pain and all the other side effects as well. They won't. So when they get someone pregnant, they can still go through their daily lives like normal because it's not going to physically affect them much at all. And oh yeah, I remember when Mrs. Lockakey, when I was trying to if you guys have listened to my series about Mr. Lockakey and why I would oh I had to I was celebrating breaking up with him because I never wanted to date him in the first place. But yeah, listen to the 3-part series. But when I was just trying to get my money back from him, but he literally blackmailed me, telling me that in order for me to get my money back from him, I had to be his girlfriend again, and I would have to sleep with him a certain amount of times for him to give me back my money. And if I didn't reply or make my decision within 2 weeks, or basically if I didn't say yes within 2 weeks, he was going to double the requirement for me to get my money back. Yeah, his wife. But yeah, she still thinks I want. Mm. So, yeah, his wife. She was bragging about being pregnant by this man. And so that's when I was like, I just remember like when she was like, yeah, and he's the father of my child, of my baby, whatever. And I was like, because I didn't know she was pregnant. I was like, oh, and now he's gaining baby weight too. So yeah, some men gain the baby weight, and so it's like, so that's one example. Like, yeah, some men go through the baby weight, especially when they've got nothing else to do. Yeah, because he surely couldn't really keep a job without stealing from that job. Yeah, listen to that series. Maybe he finally learned because now that he's going to be a father and now have to be a role model and someone to look up to, and he probably doesn't want to see his daughter locked up, especially as many times as he ended up being locked up. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, she was mad. She thinks I'm jealous of her and wants, but I'm the one who broke up with him. Yeah. But then she's telling me about him gaining weight because of the baby. Yeah. So yeah, I could talk about that a different series, but I just that was just I remember her saying that. And so maybe I need to research the side effects men or some men go through and why they go through it. Because it's more of a mental thing. Because it's not because of is it because of the baby? Because I was going to say it's not because of the baby, but maybe it is because of the baby. Is it a good thing? I don't know. Is it celebratory? But I don't know. I just remember that so much because when I told her I just wanted my money, that's when she started calling me the N word. And part of me was just like, okay, maybe this is the estrogen. Like, so it's like people always want to blame racism for either, oh, they were drinking, oh, they were just mad. And so it's like maybe it was because she was pregnant. Maybe the pregnancy just made her do it, you know? Yeah, it's like maybe pregnancy makes people more racist than they already are. Yeah. Maybe. So okay, I'm gonna continue through the list. So you guys know how I do. I go off the wagon a lot of times. Oh well. Okay, so let's continue. So as you know, or as many of you already know, I do not have kids yet, but I do want them. I have not found the DNA that I trust yet and may have to go to a medical facility to do that. But I am so happy about technology and how far it has come. Because especially since I've learned so much about what I don't want. Mr. No Heart and Mr. Lakaki shared and showed and proved to me that I don't want anyone like them. No, not at all. And that's why many of you who have listened to previous episodes, you've seen my standards. And down the line, if you've listened to my podcast, you guys know why I have these standards. And my YouTube listeners, you will learn more and more why I created the standards that I have. But yeah, I do want kids. I've wanted kids for so long, but who, any, and some of you already know the reasons why I stayed with Mr. Lock-a-Key for 5 years. But when I could escape, I did. And then the 7-year relationship, Mr. No Heart called his 2 daughters mistakes over 8 times. And he kept telling me, you're too old to have kids. You should be happy to not have kids. You don't want to have kids. It's a big mistake. And like hearing that over and over and over again. Yeah. Especially after some of the things that my parents have told me. Yeah, it all kind of came together like a recipe of me doubting myself. And that affects, so that's one reason why I want to do the definition of a parent, because some parents don't realize the seeds they plant in their child's brains, how it affects them and how it affects their future and who they become. So, okay, I'm just gonna read through the rest of it because I know I'm gonna be running out of time. I keep meeting men who say women are not strong, but when women are on their cycles, men say ill. I don't want to hear about it. That is nasty. You call that pain? When that is part of the process. If you can't hear about it and you are over the age of 30, you are not a man. If you will not go and get the proper needs for your girlfriend or wife's needs, then again, you are not a real man. If you don't feel comfortable about hearing about a tampon or a pad, okay, no, come on, grow up. You are not strong if you keep telling women they have to be submissive to you, but then you turn around and can't support them and be the leader of the household. And part of that is making sure that she is properly taken care of. I want kids, but I will cheat the process because I have met men who say they will not allow me to work on my business, that I will stay home and cook, clean, and have their babies. Women think too much of themselves and won't let a man be a man when he, the man, is, and most of the men I've met, lazy, no ambition, does not know how to have a full conversation, not willing to try new things or set goals, but they want me to make them my leader or head of the household. Men keep telling me women are weak when they did a study giving men birth control but could not finish it because the men hated the side effects that much. When women ask for men to wear protection, they complain that it does not feel as good. But when lo and behold, she gets pregnant, many men blame her or even leave or move on to another woman or go around and brag about it, even though they will not do anything to support, nourish, or show love and compassion for that child or children. At my age, men now blame me for not having kids and say that I was selfish with since I have my degrees and accomplishments. They blame me. Men tell me that writing books is dumb or a waste of time, and instead of getting into my imagination, I should look for a man before my uterus dries up. I will adopt if that happens. Republicans like Marjorie says that like being adopting kids is not a real parent, but that is someone who will never have a heart attack because you need to have a heart for that to happen. But that is just my opinion. Yeah. I will do a IQ episode on 10 things men have told me about having and not having kids. But one of my favorites is when men have kids but tell me they won't date a woman with kids because they are not going to take care of them, but they expect the woman to take care of theirs. I have men who have 3 to 5 plus kids who tell me to not have kids and just help them take care of theirs, and that is the same thing. Or like Mr. No Heart told me that I should be happy to not have kids because they are a big mistake, and called his daughter's mistakes over 8 times during our relationship and more harsh things, but funny how he called the mistakes but told me I had to love his mistakes. Make that make sense. Men tell me I am a quitter because I don't have kids, or again I am selfish, or I must not be good enough. Well, A, many of them owe child support or have not seen their kids in months, or they don't know how many kids they have or where they are. Yes, I have met men in these situations. They say I gave up when they gave up on their job over and over again, dropped out or gave up with school, never finished any of their goals, dreams, or aspirations, and that really irks me. Yes, I said irk because I want kids, but if it does not happen, I have other things in my life to have passion for. And I have screenshots to prove all of what I'm saying. And many men say I'm gonna only be a cat lady. If I end up only being a cat lady or live a miserable life when I look at their profiles, it is what it is. Many smoke, dropped out of school, have a collection of baby mothers or kids, spend most of their days playing video games or smoking or things that will never elevate their lives. Funny how many men put down writing, reading, and being creative, sit and play video games all day. The irony. Why I still have episodes about the definition of a parent. Lastly, miscarriages. Men will never understand, and you must be strong if you can handle and get through them. If you try again or not, the emotions a woman goes through, a man will never comprehend. Men, too, also have to get through it, but imagine there was life in one's body and it did not make it. I know men who blame the women. I have heard. She must not have ate right. She must not work out enough or works out too much. That's what she gets for working or trying to work the corporate ladder. Sorry, this is She is too old. She would not have been a good mother anyway. She would not have been a good mother anyway. But you know what? I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to read the rest of my notes later. But I just hope this kind of helps, at least helps some, realize that this is a lot. This is a big deal. And yes, I do not have kids yet. I don't. But I do one day. But I want to pick the right guy for that because to me that's a huge responsibility. And I want my children to be proud of who their father is. Because I know a lot of children and a lot of adults who they can't stand their dads. Sometimes it's the mom, but a lot of times it's the dads. But okay, I will stop there for right now, and I will come back to read the rest of it. Thank you for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Podcast, YouTube edition. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable, but most importantly, I am human.